How's it going, guys? Welcome to my channel Out the Loop, and today I have a review of the Gorillapod Focus and Ballhead X. For those of you who don't know, this is a tripod for your DSLR and can hold up to 5 kgs of weight. So let's get right into this. To start off this video, I'll be talking about the Ballhead X, which is the top piece of the tripod and can be removed from the bottom piece, which is the Gorillapod Focus. The top piece is the piece that you will be attaching your camera to. The Ballhead X is very easy to remove. It unscrews in a, you guessed it, anti-clockwise direction, and once removed you can see on the bottom of it there is a hole for the 3/4 inch tripod mount to go into, and at the bottom of the tripod there is another part where you can tighten this tripod screw into the Ballhead X in case it does come loose or does not tighten enough. Like I said earlier, there are 3 knobs on this Ballhead X. The first one releases the ball to the Ballhead X, which enables your camera to get almost any angle that you wish, and also can go to a 90-degree angle for difficult situations or for portrait modes. Going to the bottom of the device now, there is another knob which helps you shift your Ballhead X in an anti-clockwise and clockwise direction. This is very smooth and is good for panning and creating smooth videos. There's also a degree mark at the bottom of it to help you get within your range if you do not want to go past a certain point, in case you're scared you might cut out someone in a video or get something wrong. Moving towards the top, there is another knob there, which is probably one of the most useful knobs out of the whole Ballhead X. This releases the plate for the Ballhead X on which your camera or video recorder will sit on top. On the top of this plate there is a 1/4 inch tripod mount, and on the bottom there is a little piece of metal that helps you screw your camera or video recorder onto this plate. So as an example, I have my phone holder here which has the same fitting. All you have to do is line up the 2 pieces, twist the tab at the bottom of the plate, and once tightened enough you have a pretty secure phone holder, which is quite good if you want to attach your phone to the tripod to take any good photography photos or video. To put it back on the Ballhead X, all you have to do is line up the 2 pieces, twist the knob, and you have your phone ready to go on your tripod. The one thing I do not like so far about this tripod is the catch release of the Ballhead X. It does catch a little bit if you move it sideways, but as soon as you pull it up a little bit, the piece falls out, which is very dangerous if you have an expensive camera sitting on top. The build quality of this piece is exceptional. Most of it is made out of metal, and once tightened enough, this Ballhead X will not budge. I've tried bending it and I've tried turning it, it doesn't move at all. But once you release this Ballhead X, it becomes completely flexible, completely smooth, and it can go at almost any angle that you wish, including portrait, like I said earlier. Around each of these knobs is a rubber strip which helps you tighten your Ballhead X just that little bit more when you need it. On the top of the Ballhead X, on the plate, there is also a bit of rubber which helps the grip when your camera is secure and also does not scratch the bottom of your camera. All in all, I gotta say this is an excellent product. On to the second part of this review, there is the Gorillapod Focus. This is the actual tripod on which your camera will stand on, and on this there are multiple balls. Yes, more balls on this tripod. They are extremely malleable and can go at almost any angle you wish, similar to the Ballhead X. They can bend around trees and bars. You can even make for a good holder to hold your camera as a steady cam or something like that. There are so many things that you can do with this tripod. I mean, really, you are limited by your imagination. And if you would like your tripod to be straight again, all you have to do is just bend each of these balls back to their straight positions, and with a bit of bending it will be good as new. It does get a little bit easier to bend in hot conditions, but most of the time it's not too bad. It's very sturdy and it will not fall. Here I will be showing how easy it is to bend this tripod around a bar. The total of this took about maybe 30 seconds, I would say, and once on top it was very sturdy. I mean, I was pushing it down with quite a lot of force. It did slide down, but that's because I didn't tighten it enough. As I live in South Africa, I did not get my tripod from Walmart or Amazon or any of those big stores. Instead, I got my tripod on Takealot, and I paid 1,189 Rand just for the top piece, which is the Ballhead X. I am not sure about the price of the bottom piece, which is the tripod, because I got mine in a bundle. For that bundle I paid 3,000 Rand, but if you minus the Ballhead X from the tripod or the bottom piece, surely that would give you the price of that bottom piece, and that comes to 1,811 Rand. So I know what you're thinking, this is a very expensive tripod, but overall it is a good product, and I would recommend it to other people if you have that budget to buy a tripod at this price. But yeah, if you need a tripod which is only limited by your imagination, I would recommend this one. Now I'll be looking at the pros and cons of this device. This is the last segment of this review. So the first thing I will be talking about is in the cons, and it is very expensive. For the same price you can get another tripod which is bigger, has longer legs, maybe is a little bit more sturdy, but then again you do not have the flexibility of this Joby Gorillapod focus. The second con to this is the legs are not very long. So for some this might be a big problem, others it might not. It just means that you have to put your tripod on something like a table or a book every time you want a higher shot, or you could just bend it around the tree, I guess, which is high enough. Third is that the max weight of this product is 5 kgs. For the average consumer, a 5 kg camera is quite heavy. As you can see on the box it says 5 kgs, and it shows a video recorder which looks very heavy, and another camera, but anyway, it says 5 kgs on the box, and for most people that won't be such a big issue, but for the pros who are using these wildlife lenses, it might start collapsing. I will now be moving on to the pros. There are 4 pros to this and 3 cons to the device, which is generally a good sign. One of the pros is it can be placed almost anywhere. It can be placed on a tree, it can be placed on the mirror of a car, it can be placed on the edge of a table. As long as you bend those pieces to the right angle, you can basically get it secure and place it almost everywhere. The second pro is that this tripod supports creativity. Some people might think that this isn't a pro, but I think it is, because it's always good to be creative, to be imaginative, and this tripod does exactly that. It's only, like I said earlier, limited by your creativity, which is good because other tripods just stand as they are. And sure, you can pan and you can do all of that, but it cannot be put at funny angles in trees. What happens to the lighting here, but the third one rather, is that it is strong and stable. As long as you stick to under that 5 kg limit, your tripod should not fall, and the rest speaks for itself, I guess. The last pro is a very good touch, probably one of my favorite. It is that the Gorillapod and Ballhead X are independent, meaning if you break the Ballhead X, you can replace the Ballhead X, and if you break the tripod, that means you can replace the tripod separately. Since these are very expensive products, it is nice to know that if you break one, you can still live with the other one.